So I read it, and I read one passage before they found me and stopped me, and it's about masturbation. I got lucky.
Welcome back to the comedy show, you beautiful babies. This is Jim, and I'm so glad to see you. I've got part 4 of Ari Shaffir's Jew lined up. Now let's kick back and relax and laugh, because we know he's going to kill it. Like and subscribe.
And the Zohar is like, why bother? And it drove men insane to study it. Like, so they say you're not supposed to study it until you're 35 and married. But I saw it on a shelf in my yeshiva in Jerusalem. And I was, Jews are inquisitive. We're nosy on two fronts. I was like, nobody's looking. I'm like, fuck it, I'm cracking it. I opened it up. I thought ghosts were gonna fucking fly out, like one of those Harry Potter books. It's just a book. It's just a book. So I read it, and I read one passage before they found me and stopped me, and it's about masturbation. I got lucky. So you know how you're not supposed to masturbate in like every religion? There's not one religion. It's like, no, go for it. It feels awesome. Why wouldn't you do it? Of course, masturbate. Look how long I made your arm. I could have gone with any design. I went from scratch. I went exactly, thumb on top on both hands. Come on. No, don't touch it. Every religion is like, don't touch it. So in the Zohar, it says that when you are masturbating, when you do masturbate, what happens is, unbeknownst to you, a demon woman comes into the room. Yeah, I know. And she rides you. She fucks you. You can't see her or feel her, so calm down, incels. And she rides you, and then when you come, it goes into her, and she gets pregnant. And then this is all real shit, dude. Well, whatever. I mean, none of this is real shit. It's as real as Adam and Eve. And she rides you, and she gets pregnant, and she goes off to this nether region. Like, it's not heaven or hell or earth. It's just like this in-between. It's kind of like Stranger Things, the Upside Down. And she goes and has her baby. And the next time you masturbate, she comes back, and she rides you again. Might be a month later, it's probably like 20 minutes later. And every single time you masturbate, the same demon lady rides you, and every single time, she gets pregnant. She might be Latina. Tough to say. They didn't really have that in the Old Testament, but signs point to that's what they were saying. And all through your teens, you're just whipping out these demon kids. Just kids. Through your 20s, kids. These demon kids you have. Oh, and it describes the kids, and they are fucked up. Yeah, not only because they grew up in a single-parent household. Yeah, that can mess with any child. It's worse than that. They're mutants. Describes them. They're half demon, half human. So they're all like deformed. They got like one short leg, one short arm, like 18 eyeballs going on their side. Oh, and they hate you. Yeah, because I guess somebody told them if you just waited and fucked a regular human, they could have been a regular boy or girl. You couldn't wait, could you, degenerate piece of shit? You saw an inside-out sock on the floor, and you're like, I'm gonna make a little demon baby right now. Yeah, by the way, none of this applies to women. You guys can jill off all you want, scot-free. Yeah, enjoy your first taste of female privilege. But for the men, what we're producing is these fucking demon babies going, I hate daddy, Somebody was like, what are you talking about, daddy? Like, yeah, I hate daddy, I hate him too, Blink. And then 2 more pop up because you couldn't sleep on a Monday. What is this? Daddy did it. I hate him. All through your 30s, kids. Your whole life, just whipping out these demon babies. Till you're 90-something years old, and you're like, I think I'll masturbate one more time. I haven't masturbated in 15 years. My Parkinson's will help me with this. And then you get one drop, doesn't matter, kid. And then you die. Everybody dies, right? At some point you die. You wake up, it's the afterlife. And then you're like, is that the afterlife? I knew it. I knew there's an afterlife. Is that heaven? Can I get in? They're like, well, this is what they tell you. Like, you can come in, but before you do, you have to go meet your kids. Yeah, they make you meet him, and you'll be like, what kids? They don't have any kids. And they'll be like, you have so many kids. Oh, my God. Oh, it's my favorite part of the job. Dude, it says here in college you made 11 per week for 4.5 years. So they point you to this house, the demon lady's house. And you go over there, And you knock on the door, and the demon lady opens the door, and you're like, hello? And she goes, oh, hello, mister.
Why she Hispanic?
Oh, Mr. Ari, you got to meet your kids? Yeah, I guess so. She opens the door, and there's an army of them. You have no idea how many times you masturbated. It's so many. And they're all just walking around like Walking Dead, you know? They don't say anything. And then one of them finally is like, Daddy? And they all look like, Daddy's here! And they all start coming at you like, why, Daddy? Why can't I be a real little boy, Daddy? I wanted to live, Daddy! We all wanted to live, Daddy! Yeah, it's a fucking horror movie. Very unsettling. Here's the cool part. That is negative. Here's the cool part. You don't have to take care of them. Yeah, you still got to go to heaven. It just for real ruins the vibe that first week. You know? You meet your like loved ones, your grandparents, like, Ari, like, I need a minute, guys. Whoa. So anyway, let's take one last one that we overlap a little bit, Jews and Christians. And actually Muslims have this one too. Almost every religion has this. The flood, Great Flood. You know, you guys remember that one? Where God fucking killed everybody?
Yeah, it's pretty messed up.
Way worse than COVID. COVID to the 9/11th power. Fucking bad news, man. So now, at the end of the rain, God sends a sign to let us know that there will never be another great flood. Do you guys know what that sign is?
Rainbow?
The rainbow, yeah, you guys remember this. The rainbow. The rainbow is God's way of saying, hey, sorry about that one time. I overreacted for sure. You guys are wicked, but I went way too far. I'm sorry. So here's some pretty colors. Even Stevens.
Quick pause, just a quick pause. My buddy's a religious scholar, and he talks, we'll just be, hanging out, and he'll just drop some random fact, and it just sticks with you. Like, yeah, did you know that the rainbow is God's way of saying there'll never be, like, another flood? We're like, what? Get the fuck out of here. So, it's crazy. Sorry, I won't do that again.
Yeah. Now, I don't know if you guys know why God drowned everybody. They were wicked. The world was full of wicked people, but it was specific kind of wicked. Does anybody know it? Sodomy is right. Sodomy is the answer. There's a few different discussions of it, but sodomy is a big one. Butt fucking, if you don't know what sodomy is. The world is full of butt fuckers. And God hates butt fuckers, everybody. Yeah, I do not. I have no problem with all butt fuckers. I have butt fucker friends. I voted for butt fucker rights in California. Yeah, it was not called out on the ballot, but it would have been less confusing. Yeah, I've been a butt fucker, actually. Yeah, like 10 times. 9 times on purpose, 1 time, doggy style mishap. Yeah, I was like, this feels different. She goes, yeah, does it feel different? I bet it does. Yeah, but I'm not God. God does not like genocide, but he hates butt fucking. Genocide, he's like, I'm not even getting involved. Kind of needed you there on that one, but okay. Butt fucking, he's like, I'm gonna do something about this. And back then, in Bible times, there were whole cities devoted just to butt fucking. For real. Sodom and Gomorrah. Have you ever heard of Sodom and Gomorrah? Now, what do you think they did a lot in the city of Sodom? They did sodomy, you guys. They did so much butt fucking, they named it after their town. That's how you know something is big in a place. When they named it after Buffalo Wings. We all know where those came from. In Hamburg, Germany, they had these flat beef patties on a bun. And they're like, what should we call these delicious Hamburgian flat beef patties? So everybody knows they're from here. Yeah, hamburgers. And then 2 towns over, in Cheeseburg, put their own spin on it.
So
Stupidest joke I've ever written in my life.
Really great dad
20
joke.
years, I'm a fucking moron. In Sodom, they're just butt fucking all the time. Like, we're the best butt fuckers around. And they're like, what should we call this? So everybody knows we started that here. And somebody's like, how about we call it sodomy? And everyone's like, yes, sodomy. I'll butt fuck to that. Guys, we're not butt fucking, we're sodomy. Oh, they excelled at butt fucking in Sodom. I don't know what they did in Gomorrah, but I guarantee you it was some dark shit. Yeah, the last thing you want is to get Gomored. But here's the deal, the flood, the Great Flood, it's about 1,000 years before Sodom and Gomorrah. And back then, it wasn't 1 or 2 butt-fuck towns. They were all butt-fuck towns. And God hated it, man. It drove him crazy. He'd pace up and down to his God house going, these fucking butt-fuckers. It's not what I want for the butt. The only fuck where piss and blood comes out. And then Mrs. God was like, come to bed. There's no Mrs. God, by the way. I did make that up. But if there was, she'd be like, just tell them how you feel. I'd be like, you're so smart, baby. Okay. So he went to all the towns, right? He went to the whole world. He told them. He was like, guys, could you please stop butt fucking? And they were just not receptive at all. They were like, we'll never stop butt fucking. This is who we are. You're actually being culturally insensitive, to be honest. Get with the times, man. It's negative 8,000. A lot of people talking butt fuck at this point. He's like, really? All of you butt fucked? Like, yeah, man, we all butt fuck. Get over it. Oh, actually, that's not true. That's not true. There's that one guy up on the hill. Old Noah. Old vaginal only Noah. That's what we call him. This fucking nerd. He never butt fucks. All he ever does is just raw dog in the puss. Ugh, disgusting. Disgusting. They ridiculed Noah. They made his life a living hell. They really were really mean to him. They made him register as a sex offender. Can't be around our good butt-fucking kids with that crazy satanic raw dog in the push that you're pulling. So Noah lived by himself on the mountain with his puss-having wife. And that's where God found him. And he goes, Noah, is it? Or he goes like, Noah, is this true? That you just raw dog in the puss?
Raw dogging?
And Noah was like, by the way, guys, I hope you understand. I'm paraphrasing a lot of this.
Verbatim.
I don't want anybody thinking there's been a word-for-word translation tonight. The facts are all there, but the lingo is updated, I would say considerably. It was more like, what is that? He'd be like, the Lord saith unto Noah, dost thou not tap the ass of thy neighbor? But Noah's like, dude, I like the vagina. And God's like, isn't the vagina great? He goes, yeah, you nailed it with the vagina. It's your best invention, by far. They hit it off, God and Noah, on the love of pussy. For real. That's all they talked about for like 2 weeks. You know that creepy guy in the bar that's like, I love pussy so much? You're like, dude, fucking stop. I don't know you. That's God and Noah. That was their whole relationship. They traded pussy stories and pussy secrets. At some point, God was like, hey, Noah, you ever tried a wet vagina? And Noah's like, dude, wet vaginas are my favorite kind of vaginas. It slips right in. You just gotta lick it a little bit. And God's like, borderline behavior. Maybe don't ask, don't tell on that. That's pretty gross.
Almost spit take.
And then this is my favorite part of the story. This didn't make sense to me as a kid when I first heard it. I guess God goes, well, Noah, on account of our experience, just raw dogging into the puss, you should be a zoologist. But anyway, then you know what happens. It starts raining. And I always remember the story as God told Noah to keep it quiet, you know, keep it in the DL. So they don't build boats or anything. But I remembered it wrong. I had to go look it up. On that trip to Berlin, I also ended up going to Israel. First time in like 25 years. And I went to my old yeshiva. And it's exactly the same. My old rabbi was there. It's like late 80s now. Sort of remembered me, but not really. He was like, what do you do now? I'm like, I'm a stand-up comedian. And he goes, that means nothing to me. All he wanted to know, he goes, do you still use the teaching? And I was like, actually, yeah, lately. Quite a lot. And he goes, do you want to learn something? I'm like, yeah. So we went to the Beit Medrash, we opened up this passage, and we learned it. And it turned out God told Noah to warn everybody else. Because he loves his creatures, right? So he wanted to save them. Not all religion's stupid. Like, it's a good lesson. Like, especially in this day and age, when everyone's like, you have views different than mine. Like, write them off. God would say, no, go talk to them and try to get them back. Don't just write them off. You know? So that Noah, he told to do that. I would have loved to have heard that conversation. You know, Noah, a good man, going into town, is like, guys, I need to talk to you. And they're probably like, yeah, fuck off, dork. Oh, what are you going to talk about? Oh, my goodness, vaginas. We're not interested. Sell it somewhere else, loser. And Noah was just like, why do you guys hate me so much? I'm like, because your dick smells like pussy, faggot! Real dick smells like assholes, you fucking queer! Get the fuck out of my town! And I was just like, fucking whatever, fine, goodbye. Enjoy the weather, by the way. Looks like rain out there. And then it started raining. You know the story. It started raining more and more and more. You know, first it probably came into their ankles. People in town's like, man, ain't gonna stop a good butt fucking. Probably had special traction shoes for butt fucking in the rain. But then it kept raining more and more until they all drowned. All the butt fuckers, they all drowned. Even the 2-year-olds. Enjoy church on Sunday if you're going. That's who you're praying to. Child murderer God.
It is a pretty crazy story.
So then, with all the buttfuckers gone, God was like, mission accomplished. Never have to do that again. So, now he sends a sign to let us know that he'll never send another great flood. And that sign... that sign is the rainbow. The rainbow, the #1 gay sign in the whole world. The rainbow's on every gay flag across the globe. Every gay bar, they all use the rainbow. I always thought it was just because it was pretty colors. Nah, dude, nah. It's a message from the homosexual community right to God.
I never put those two together.
And they're telling them, plain as day, they're letting them know, hey, dude, we told you a long time ago. And we'll tell you every time, we're never gonna stop.
Never.
Thank you very much. You guys are great.
That was a fire special. Fire. I saw his last one. Well, it was 2. He put them on Netflix. I thought they were okay. I enjoyed them, I guess. But this one's at a whole nother level. So let's get a like and a thumbs up for Ari. Make sure we're supporting the original stream so you can get some revenue off of it, of course. I want to see him live if you get the opportunity, but I live in the Midwest, so I probably won't. However, lately we have been getting some excellent attractions. We got Bill Burr, we got Louis K, we got a couple of really great... I saw Mark Maron. So they're coming. The flyover states are becoming not so flyover anymore. They seem to realize that, you know, we like entertainment like everybody else, and there are pockets of a large population here. So let's keep that going, comedians. All right, hey, I'll see you guys next time.